Welcome for joining us, Midnight Banshi. My apologies again for last week's technical glitches, which were entirely my fault.
Shirt.
You always wear interesting T-shirts.
Yeah,
I like them.
Thank you. Thanks for wearing that.
I think it was more appropriate today than the smiling Viking.
That's right. Mind if I look? Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining us. And thanks to all of you for joining us and communing with Midnight Banshi, who has been a YouTuber for since how long have you been a YouTuber for?
For about 2 years consistently. I uploaded my very first video as a kind of like a test back in like 2009. It was like a one-off thing.
Wow.
And it was shot on a BlackBerry, which had a really crappy camera. Hey, Digital Valor and PhotoRay are in the house too. They're coming over. Say hi to everybody.
These are friends of Midnight Banshi. Thanks for joining us. Wow. How's the reno going?
Oh yeah, that's right. The bathroom reno.
Well, we went and got the paint yesterday, so we're getting ready to start. But it has
okay.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
So the destruction has yet to begin.
Okay. So let's see. Midnight Banshi's emphasis mainly is on live streaming on Twitch generally these days, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep, I live stream on Twitch and then I do videos on YouTube. So I kind of separate between the two, so that way I kind of get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and I think you just uploaded a video of doing what was it, Shelley? Like you're building a machine. For
doing a build for your
my
wife's
computer because she was running. Well, she inherited my 2015 system, which is an old A10 AMD system. So I upgraded her to a Ryzen 5 1600X with her GTX 970. So that's going to give her plenty of horsepower for all the games that she does and anything that she likes, and made it nice and pretty with all kinds of blue lighting inside.
Oh, cool! Cool.
The lighting's pretty neat. I like
actually
that.
when Shelley met, I think I got the notification for that, but I didn't click on it to check. And Shelley mentioned it to me, and that sort of it got me thinking. One of the subjects that I like sort of talking about is how easy it is these days to build your own machine, and how I generally recommend people try it and see if it's something they can handle themselves.
It's good to try if you're at all interested, because I remember building computers back in the early 2000s, and it was so much different because you had all the ribbon cables, you had jumpers to deal with, and nowadays with all SATA ports and everything being pretty much color coded and plug and play, it is so easy.
And there's so much, help out there. Like there's like Reddit news groups, videos galore. There's like even if you check on Midnight Banshi's channel, like he's got his favorite channels on the side there, and a lot of them are tech channels, and a lot of them have how to build computers. Mm-hmm. And if you want to maximize, like to stream, build your own system for that sort of stuff, I really, really recommend and say, hey, listen, look into something like that, because you get the best bang for your buck, right? And
you can do a very capable system with, nowadays you could still do the first generation Ryzen stuff. You could do like a 1700 and like a 1060 or 1070, and you could do gaming and streaming just fine at 1080p. Now if you go enthusiast grade, then it steps up quite a bit from that, but for most people that's pretty much all you need.
Yeah, exactly. And Wowia said, "I'll look you up on Twitch. Do you have the same name there?" And
yes,
if you wanna put in
I'll throw that in there. Just pop this over.
And folks, I promise, like in the future, I will get better. I slept late. I've got a lot on my mind. It's just terrible.
It's been several months.
And I'm worried, about all the stuff that the crap's been happening. But anyway, that's that aside. I will get better.
Twitch and YouTube are the same username, so it's very consistent.
Oh, okay, makes you easy to find.
Yeah. Oh, following up on what we were talking about, I think now it's like you were saying, it's easier than ever to build your own system, really. And I always find it like when say, oh, I'm gonna buy this or I'm gonna buy that computer, and it's like, well, if you go to a thing, what is it, PC parts
PC
picker?
Part picker?
Yeah, PC part picker. Would you mind typing that in? Just the word, like people can look that up, copy and paste that word into Google, and
so if you look that up, that'll make sure all your components are compatible.
Exactly, and it basically, you know, and it gives you a pricing right there. It gives you businesses you can order from. On top of that, like I think places like Newegg, right?
Photo says have.
And places like
Photo said what?
Have Midnight build it while singing Queensryche. What the hell is that? Anyway.
Queensryche.
It's actually different. It's a Queen. It's actually that group, which was quite popular.
Oh, Queensryche. Okay, yeah. That's like that's a metal group, isn't it? I think.
Well, they did some softer stuff, some harder stuff. They were known for like Silent Lucidity was one of their most famous songs of the day. They're a really good band.
Some of that.
Huh. Oh, well, that's another. That brings up a thing too. I was thinking maybe doing like a record thing sometime. You know. Because we have like a record collection. Maybe talk about some music and stuff, which would be kind of cool, you know.
That'll be fun.
I just want to get back. Let's see. It's taking forever to figure out what's going on with her. So much for modern medicine. I know. If I can find a witch doctor. I guess you mean your sister, eh?
Patricia?
Yeah, because Patricia's got a lot of stuff wrong with her.
Yeah, she's having some.
Cujo says my roommate's building his own gaming computer, and he learned from playing a PC building simulator. Whoa!
There's a simulator.
There's a simulator. I hadn't heard that.
That's that sounds kind of
building simulator on Steam. And actually, a large number of companies have gotten in on that program, and so you can. In fact, just recently, I think Be Quiet was the latest sponsor of PC Building Simulator. So now they have some of their cases featured in their program also.
Oh wow, that's so cool!
I didn't know that. That's good.
Yeah, and
that's great.
And also just sort of like to round out that subject, it's like it's. I guess it doesn't take that much anymore to stream. Like I mean, you can start pretty modestly. I know you're using the Blue Snowball microphone.
Yep, I'm using Well, my setup's a little overkill because I do what we call dual PC streaming because I like to stream from consoles as well as PC. So as far as the actual equipment for the streaming, I use just a Blue Eye Snowball microphone, Logitech C920 webcam, and then I have my my headset, which is the Logitech Artemis Spectrum G933s, which are wireless.
Shelley was asking if they lit up. Do they have like RGB
lights or something, or is it just my imagination?
Do. Actually, there's lights.
Oh, there they are.
Oh,
that's I didn't notice that last week, so that's kind of cool.
And on the sides, they light up with a little logo. So.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
I was seeing things. I wasn't sure.
And what's cool is that it comes with a charging cable that is like super long. So if you ever need to charge up and still stream, you can plug it in, and you will not run out of room.
Oh, cool!
Oh, excellent. Cool. That sounds good.
I just want to pause for a second and commiserate too, and wish Patricia the best,
yes.
and hope they do figure out what's wrong. Absolutely. I mean, there's nothing worse when you go from testing and just it's just a big mystery what it is, So I think that's worse than knowing. A lot of ways. So.
Well, yeah, because how do you make any progress on it?
Retreat you. Sorry. You were going to say something?
So it looks like Wawia says she has the Blue Snowball also.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I had the Blue Yeti for a while. I sold it eventually, just because I wanted the two set up, and it's really hard to get two USB microphones. In one computer, so that's why I ended up for XLR microphones and an outboard audio interface.
So you actually have a hardware mixer for your
exactly, yeah. So and then this way, I actually anyway, that's a different because it just makes it easier. Because if I try to do it in software, because there is a software that I think what is it? I can't remember now, but it just lags the computer so bad. You really need like a deadly killer.
You're talking about voice meter?
Voice meter, yeah. If you can run two USB mics into that, but it just lags like crazy, and it's not dependable. You know, I mean, I have enough trouble like with getting everything running right on a day, you know, time after time basis, that if I can't switch something on and know what it, or vaguely know what it's going to do,
Right.
then it's a loss. It's a loss. I just couldn't put up with it.
Or when you think you have everything all set up, and then when you go to press go, and then all of a sudden something goes sideways, and it's like,
Midnight, your sound's gone.
And voice meter, what?
Can you hear him? It's gone really cool. I might hear. Yeah, it's plugged in. I don't know. I hear it. My sound.
Sometimes it unplugs here a little bit. Maybe Sorry.
Where's the end of it? Here.
I may have.
Here, let me see if it's in here.
That's still coming through on this side.
Oh, there. It must be on this end. Where's the plug-in thing?
That's what I mean. Don't stick it under your shirt, Shelley.
No, it seems to be engaged.
Oh, it's not. Well, I'm hearing him loud and clear.
Okay, well, it seems good now, but it just it just cut out there briefly.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Yeah, speaking of medical challenges, do you mind if I change the subject?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have 2 children, I guess, and you have some pretty significant challenges as far as that goes as well.
They're both high functioning autistic, and over the past couple of decades that we've been raising them, it's you tend to learn a few things. For one, you generally are dealing with very specific eating habits. Like my son, he will not touch anything that has a vegetable in it, even though he does on occasion. If he knows it's there, he tends to avoid it like the plague. So he generally gravitates towards things like ramen and Hot Pockets and things like that he knows what's in them. The one thing between the both of them is the emotionalness, because if they react to something and they overreact, then it's magnified more than most people.
Wow.
So you have to
be aware of that.
Help with that.
Yeah. So with two children, and I mean, I think you said, well, one is an adult now.
Yeah, the older one's 21. She made it through. Well, she almost made it through regular high school, and then there was an incident where she dropped out and then had to go back, and then she finally got her equivalency, which was good.
Good.
My son's in his senior year and is just getting ready to graduate high school, so he stuck it out. In fact, last night he actually went to his senior prom. Which
great!
is pretty awesome. And when I see him all decked out in his tuxedo, it's just like, dude.
Oh, that's neat.
You look way better than I did back then, I'll tell you what.
Hazel's Reptiles Eats. Thanks for joining us. This is Midnight Banshi, who is our special guest star today. We're talking free-ranging our discussion. We're touched on some computer building stuff, and a lot of us here, admittedly, have some health issues and challenges, and Midnight Banshi has some challenges with his family and children. Yep. And even yourself personally, you were saying something about you need to start thinking about.
Yep, I gotta start thinking about my weight, because I've been doing a desk job for like over 14 years now, and when you're not in a job where you're actually active, it tends to affect you. So I got to start getting back out and getting more active, so maybe drop some of the weight back off.
Do you have like healthcare through your work? Is that
we
provided?
Do.
Oh, that's good.
It's pretty decent. I mean, it doesn't totally suck. So
yeah. Do you go to do you get a regular checkup, that sort of thing too?
Yep. And probably the next month or so. I've got my appointment with my sleep doctor tomorrow. Gonna go see him. Have him check over the results, because my sleep machine keeps a record of all the activity. And you just pop the little card out, you take it in, and they look at it.
Oh, that's cool. So it's not like one of those connected ones, eh? It's like because
it has a cell phone adapter on it, although I don't think they've ever used it, which is kind of weird, because
my advice is not to turn that on. By the way, there was, I don't know why, it was something tangential. I read to something else, and there was some people were complaining about this on this constant connectivity, and something about the insurance would start complaining if it detected you not using it as prescribed. And these were like false positive things too, right? So and that was sort of the concern, because this way the insurance company would have a constant record of, you know, day-to-day use that they could pull. So if you still are using an SD card type, then that's apparently a good thing, from what I understand.
The insurance companies, over the years, it's so much different than when we were growing up, because back then, doctors and medical places, you know, were more concerned about, you know, getting you better, and now it seems like the first thing they ask you is, you know, who's your insurance through?
Yeah, and that's well, I mean, that's something we here in Canada don't have to worry about, because we have a single payer system, right? So, and even that,
the wait system a little bit longer.
It depends. There's a just give me you. It's a priority based system, and if your need is
what's that all about?
Oh, he's not happy.
What's the matter?
Hey, what's the matter?
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oops.
What's the matter, my friend?
Kitty's got a.
He vomited like 3 times yesterday, so we got to get him some kitty antacids. He's got. I think he may have a brain tumor too.
He's got problems.
Yeah. Well, that's the weights system here. I think that's overblown. That's something they talk about a lot, but. You know, at least we don't go bankrupt, you know. And if you're being seen regularly, these things can be caught early enough.
Yes, that's okay.
He's really going.
Yes, I hear him.
A lot of the preventative stuff we get some, you know, pretty good coverage on, but when you get to other stuff, like one of the things that my daughter ended up having happen was that she had lost the hearing on one side, and we couldn't figure out why. So they went in and they did like regular hearing aids, and nothing helped. And finally they had to go to a new type of hearing aid where they actually anchor it to your skull. It's a bone anchor.
Oh.
And then you clip a processor to it, and she tried that, and that worked remarkably well. But those surgeries, unless you have good insurance to cover it, are really like super expensive. I think the out of pocket, if you didn't have insurance, would be like $30,000 or something like that.
Wow.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, luckily we haven't had any, like Shelly and I haven't had any major surgery type things. I mean, I take a boatload of medication every month, and you know, Shelly's blind, but even my father-in-law got cancer, and his cancer surgeries were all covered. Everything was covered, and that was getting, you know, that was pretty. Weird. Hal deleted the message.
He deleted the message?
Oh, you used too many. Hazel, you used too many capitals. Don't use capitals like that.
Oh, you mean he edits things?
Yeah, let me see if I can allow this message.
All right, let me check you out.
I don't know how to do that. Anyway, it was fine, Hazel. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, I don't want to get into that Canada versus U.S. thing. I mean, both systems have their issues, I think. You know, yep. Nothing is ever going to be perfect.
The thing I love about Canada is that they have a super big mall, and they have some really cool music.
Yeah, I'd say that. I'd say that too. Let's see. I said try some pumpkin pate. You mean like, you don't mean like pumpkin pie filling, or is there something else that would work? I don't. If you could expand on that, I'd appreciate it. Let me see. I gave up a notification. I just go on tour through the channels to catch up. Yeah, that's generally what I do too. Hazel, I'm gonna make you a moderator as well. You look funny not being a moderator there, so it just sort of irritates me. There we go. And yeah, good.
Shelley's floating back in through space.
So is he okay? What's wrong with him?
I don't know. I think he just wanted company or something.
Yeah. Lately he cries if we don't lie beside him on the bed. So maybe that's
he's
what
on the bed right now, so he seemed to calm down after I put him there. Yeah. So I promised him I'd be there
I'm gonna go
after we're done here.
I'll go to the vet tomorrow and see about that. So where are we in time? Oh, 20.
There we go.
Do you want to stick around to the end of the hour, Midnight Banshi?
I have nothing planned.
Okay. So, yeah, why don't you give us, what do you want to talk about? I'm a terrible interviewer, eh?
Well, I finally got around to installing some more lighting in my gaming system, because for a while there, even though my cooler and my video card had like lighting on, it was like really dark. So what I did was box it around here. So what I did is I picked up a couple things locally to kind of spruce it up. I picked up some light strips, and then got some fans.
Oh yeah, okay.
So if you get things that are in the same ecosystem, they work really, really well together.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
It's when you start crossing ecosystems that it kind of tends to go awry.
I bought I finally, I got a thanks for joining us while we
That's a cool name.
It is. I'm gonna check you out later there. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I have the water cooling loop on my system, and the water block for the CPU has an LED in it, and like that's like the only one. And I was like, it looked so cool. I ended up buying another case with the window in it, so I have a spare case, the exact same one. So
what kind of case is it in?
It's a Fractal Design R5.
R5 is a great case. I have one of those actually, and then recently for my newest system, I got the R6, which I like even better, because the R5 was kind of open on the PSU shroud and the drive bays, whereas the R6 kind of closes that over and makes it just that much prettier.
What I did with mine was because I noticed that, right, it was the case is white, and I got some white matte board, and I cut out the like holes for the SATA connectors and that, and I put that in behind, so it looks cohesive. So nice. Yeah, it actually turned out really well. If you check my build video for that, the initial one, then yeah, you can see at the end where I'm cutting the matte board and sticking it in behind. It's like near the end of the video. The video is an hour long.
Looks good. So, I like that idea.
Yeah, it turned out really well. I was very, very pleased with it.
So. Very crisp.
Creative modding, no drilling required.
Exactly. X-Acto knife will travel.
That's not a bad thing, because people
is that working at all now?
They'll make all kinds of stuff. They'll make like
trying to get it to stop
custom
pulling
shrouds,
my ears,
custom
and then
GPU backplates, and all that other kind of stuff.
Can you use your other headphones? Use your real headphones.
What are real headphones?
The Sennheisers.
Coffee.
Well, they're right there, aren't they?
Yes, actually.
Sweet nectar of life.
Yeah.
Ouch. Jeez.
Sorry.
For goodness sake. Everything's all tangled up here.
This is Shelly's blind, so this is normal. Just there, yeah, okay.
But she still gets her done.
Oh yeah. Okay. Say something.
That's one thing. That's
perfect. There you go.
It's
those cheap things.
Shelly is that she could still do so much.
Good.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. I have to remind myself that she's actually blind. So that's why I say it. You're blind as a bad woman.
Well, I try to not dwell on it, because if you think about what you can't see, you can't do anything. But if you think about what you can see and make use of what you've got, then you're better off, it seems.
Yeah, but the thing is, what does happen though is if she doesn't tell people, like sometimes, like she goes blithely walking by people who have nodded to her
sometimes,
because she can't see, doesn't take in body language, she can't see people smiling at her, people nodding to her, because I even look like I'm just sort of like a blur
either sometimes,
and so it's like it gets off on the wrong foot a little bit sometimes. So I have to remind people and remind her, like tell people that you can't see, because because it can create, because I don't know, people sometimes aren't verbal. They rely on that nonverbal interaction to sort of cue them.
It's kind of like that scene in the movie The Upside where Kevin Hart's character tries to get Bryan Cranston to sign his paperwork that says he's looking for a job, and Kevin's like, what, don't your arms move? And he looks up and goes, they don't.
Oh,
Because he's quadriplegic and can't move anything below his neck.
Oh, that's
what was the name? What was it? The Upside?
The Upside. And it's a movie I went and saw with some medium expectations, and it looks it was a really, really well done movie. And if you haven't seen it, you really should, because it touches on so many levels, and it's just a great thing to watch.
Oh, The Upside.
I'm trying to get a pen that works.
Well, why don't you let me write it?
There.
Okay.
Got it.
Photo Rays comparing me to the son from Teletubbies.
What?
From Teletubbies.
Midnight looks like the sun baby grew up from Teletubbies. Yeah, exactly. You know, that's all grown up, eh?
All grown up.
Hey, there's a movie. Where are they now? The Teletubbies.
Yeah. I just wonder if I like the star. I thought about maybe I should have made it like, I don't know, like some sort of blue, I don't know, portal thing, but I don't know. It's sort of in keeping with the theme, eh?
I remember one of the first ones I saw that you were doing this was with BTD.
Right.
That one was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, he's moved on. He left us behind, the bastard. He's all successful doing his British guy reacts stuff, and he's got no time for us anymore.
That's right.
Screw you loser!
But he's doing well with it.
Can be cool, but I guess it just depends on the subject matter that you're reacting to.
Well, I think he's basically riding on the coattails of the fans of the stuff that he's doing. So it's like foreign Thai, and I think I watched one for a couple of seconds, and I mean he's got his production values down. He's got the formula down pat, because he's the bigger thing now, and what he's reacting to is the smaller picture. Whereas and I think in some of them earlier ones he was the smaller thing, and what he was reacting to was bigger. So I think reversing that was a good move on his part. But he's getting and that's what he's doing. He's reacting to foreign language. Rap videos or stuff like that, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen any of his.
I don't know. He's gonna get beat up one day. I think.
Yeah, as long as it works for you, then go for it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it's
He's
getting to the point where I'm like fearful of making a video. I haven't made a video in so long. I don't know what to do anymore. It's like freaking me out.
Smaller YouTube channels. I saw the latest video from Robert. Fish Sandwich Show.
Oh, did you? I haven't seen. When did he put this one out?
I think just today.
Oh, really? Okay. How is he doing?
And he made his plans clearer as far as what he wants to do, because I guess a lot of people were worried about him not having an apartment. Right. And what he's actually wanting to do is get like a van
and live out of that.
And then be able to explore around and go to places that he wants to go to before he settles down, because he wants to be sure of where he's going to live at.
Right.
Probably a good idea.
Which I think is a great idea, as long as you have access to facilities to clean yourself up, do your laundry or whatever.
He's got to get a bank account though, and aren't they
going?
Oh, he does. Oh, good.
Oh,
fine. I'll do it.
Excellent.
Awesome. Well, that's a big plus. All right, I'll check them out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems
scary.
Yeah.
That scares
I mean,
me.
as a young man, I think that's something I would have gone for. But now that I'm old and set in my ways and desperate for security, it's a different story,
You want something that is going to be there the next day.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, I've gotten used to having clean sheets, having access to a shower, my own space, like something I can, call a base. I may not be the greatest place to be, but it's, I've gotten used to it. And,
But once you finally, have your own space, most people, once they get their first house that they know they're going to plant down sticks in, it changes things, because that's where you're going to be. That's where you have access to. That's where you can make it as you want.
Oh,
yeah. Wendy was here. I hope she's still here. She may be lurking. Yeah, how are you, Patricia? We were. I think we discussed you a little bit
Was
earlier.
That Patricia?
Yeah, just Patricia.
Oh, okay. Hi, Patricia.
Hope they figure out what's wrong with you. That's
I hope so too.
Terrible.
And soon.
And we were just talking about Robert from the Fish Sandwich Show, and it's like, yeah, if he gets a decent van, like a proper camping van, that's what he needs. Not some crappy, what is it, transporter, or what is one of those things, transit vans or something, where
I'm not sure.
You throw a mattress in the back and that's it. I mean, he has like a little cooker and stuff, but
I used to have one of those. I had an old Dodge Transport van that was a converted Sears delivery van, and somebody had carpeted it and put paneling on the walls.
Wow.
So I thought, I tried to do the whole
70s dream, eh?
Exactly. So the carnival was coming through town, and it's like, maybe I'll travel with them. Maybe I'll go with them and live in my van. And I tried to, absolutely hated it. It's like, nope, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you get a whiff of yourself after 3 days, and you go, no. No, doesn't work for me. Sorry. But I don't know. But Robert has got such a positive outlook all the time. He's like, the worst shit happens to that guy, and he's just like, what the fuck, really man? Amazing. You're still smiling. You're like, stop it.
Wow. Oh, well, I wish everybody could be like that, though.
Yeah, exactly. So wow, more power to him. I just the realities of it just freak the. I don't know. For me, it's not conducive to who I am. Like he gets off on seeing the sunrise, and that's like he can.
Works for me.
I mean,
generally.
Yeah, for sure. But the thing is, I want to learn things, and I need access to decent internet. I want to contribute to the world knowledge. Like this, what we're doing here. I'm not just doing this because. Oh, I hope I get famous. I just, I actually like doing this.
Black Chevy ghetto van with the Krieger rims.
I had the 80s like Ew!
Yeah, the Motor Ray can rock that style. I mean, he's got it going on.
Oh, really? Eh? Oh,
Okay.
wow. I just have a vision of like one of those proper Volkswagen vans with the pop-up top, and it's got a real like kitchenette and a real little bed and stuff, and something you wouldn't
jump out in your double knit slacks.
Yeah, a family of 5 crawl out of the thing,
And everybody's dressed to the nines.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's a thing actually. There's a number of channels who are doing travel, like living out of the vans things.
Oh yeah.
Also,
yeah,
the tiny houses. Tiny houses are a thing now.
That's right too. Yeah, there's
okay.
like living. Well,
Are those modular houses or something, like the little kit houses or something?
No,
they're all small. They're like there's so many square footage, and most of them you can fit on the back of a trailer.
Wow.
And
there's all different kinds, up to and including.
Things can come out, things can fold compartmentalized, and it's actually real.
It says our internet connection is unstable.
Oh no.
Ours looks stable on our end. I hope it's okay on your end there, MidnightBanshi.
I'm still hearing you just fine.
Yeah, it looks like it was just a little glitch there.
What do you call it?
I get that every once in a while on my Twitter too.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay.
Yeah, so well, the up to including those what are those cargo containers? Like, yeah, then people make houses out of those.
Yeah.
Actually, there's
shipping containers.
Shipping containers. There's like restaurants they have restaurants in Europe, like in England. That's a thing where they have like a shipping container and make a rest. They put it in a section. Big thing I didn't realize in England is like this food delivery thing where they have like these pop-up restaurants for the neighborhood or wherever, and then they do deliveries from it. There's no sit down, no nothing. So the restaurant gets plopped there, and then so there's so many things. That's amazing.
Food trucks are a thing.
Sorry?
Food trucks are also a thing.
Food trucks, exactly.
I saw a neat thing on Deutsche Welle. I think it was about a surf hotel, and it just sort of moves around like it's portable, and they've got sections of it that pop out, so you can expand the living space.
Which is exactly the same thing as the small living idea that Banshi mentioned there. So that's pretty cool.
Thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so happy it worked this time. I'm kind of freaked out. I was like, what's
a relief?
What's going to explode?
Well, what's going to happen next?
Yeah. Well,
there's always something.
Well, I have to say thanks for joining us, Midnight Banshee. It's really been great, and it's like kind of casual, having a little chat. And again, I'd just like to say, anybody who wants to be on the show, please get in touch with me on Twitter. That's on my About page. There's a link there to my Twitter account. Just give me a message, follow me, give me a message, and we'll talk. And Cujo, God damn you better get some good internet. We want you on the show.
If you want to see somebody who does a lot of consistent streaming on Twitch, Digital Valor does a lot of streaming on there.
Yeah, speaking of, if he's still here, just put your link in the chat there, Digital Valor, and people can check you out.
I think that's a fantastic name.
I learned a lot from him.
Oh yeah, he said
how to do overlays and how to do transitions, and his just looks really, really nice.
Cool.
Well,
yeah, and it's like I think it's starting to get maybe not. It's actually pretty hard still to get all the little ingredients working. I think the bugaboo is OBS. Getting the scenes and transitions and the whole concept of scenes and sources and having scenes within your sources, or is it sources within your scenes? So you can sort of what's the word? Recursively interlock different things,
so them all interact with each other.
Yeah, so all kinds of cool stuff.
Many tools that you can get that will help with that. Stream Elements, Streamlabs do the overlay.
Yeah, and I have like Streamlabs here hooked in. Like Chatbot is like from Streamlabs, so I don't use the actual stuff. There's other things that Streamlabs does that I don't do, but it's more connected. It was started through Twitch mostly. I think that's where, and it's being back ported now to YouTube and that sort of thing. So,
and now Twitch even has their own karaoke channel. You can do Twitch Sings now.
Great.
So we fit. It's 2:58. I wonder if maybe we should call it a little early, a couple of minutes, just because I'm really out of it.
Oh, by the way, can you recommend?
Fodori says you're next, Digital.
Oh, a Midnight Banshee. Can you recommend a good Queensryche album?
Queensryche album.
Queensryche. Oh yeah,
Empire.
It's really
Empire. Okay,
okay, excellent. To get some of that. All right.
Also, Operation Mindcrime is another great album.
Oh, I like the title of that. Yeah, Empire Mindcrime. Which one was first?
Operation Mindcrime came before Empire. In fact, they also did a live concert out there called Operation Live Crime, which is a great concert. The whole album is amazing.
So Live Crime was the first one?
Well, Operation Mindcrime was the actual album, and then they did a live show called Live Crime afterwards. Okay. And then years later, they did Empire.
All right. Well, I think we'll try the live Mindcrime first.
Yeah.
You should absolutely.
Yeah.
Great album.
I always like getting the first in the sort of body of work first, or the better.
Well, it wasn't their first album, but
not their first, but the one that sort of broke them out, or what people consider the one of their better albums. Like that's first. Yeah,
absolutely.
9 says, "I want to lol at that, but realize there's no laughing matter. Sounds serious. Where lol at what?
I don't know.
Oh, well, they want a liver biopsy because I'm yellow like a Simpsons character.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, actually, I had a liver biopsy done, and it's freaking weird. It's freaking weird having a liver biopsy done. Ew. It's like they cut a hole in your stomach, and they poke a little thing, and then go snip, and you can hear it. It goes clack inside you, and then I think, it's weird. It's so creepy. And I think your arm goes numb or some.
Your arm.
Yeah, it's just. And then your stomach you feel itchy there for weeks afterwards.
Oh,
it's so strange. But anyway,
as weird as a colonoscopy.
That
doesn't sound like
that.
Wasn't that the thing where they shoved a camera up your
That's
tail?
Right. That's a special man thing they do generally. I think.
That's why they take a garden hose and catch camera and ram it up there.
They lube you though. I think they lube you.
Yeah, lots and lots of lube. I hope.
That's after they did a whole great spiel on colonoscopies.
That's something I don't want to explore.
Oh my god!
Oh, thank you.
No,
funny how the cat took that right turn there.
Yes, I was like riffing on liver biopsies. Who'd have thunk it? Oh god! We made the hour. How about that, eh?
Wow.
So Patricia,
we made it.
I hope they figure out what you're doing. Midnight Banshee, thank you for coming.
Thanks again.
Final
Thanks
words,
very
Midnight
much.
Banshee.
Anytime.
Final words, Midnight Banshi?
Well, just like last week, the whole conversation seemed to be a little random.
Which is the tagline of his channel.
Yep.
So thanks everybody for joining us. I hope you all have a good week. I hope you all have a good day. And us too.
Yep.
All right. Thanks so much for coming.
Thanks for being on our show twice in a row. Thank you very much. I mean, value your time.
Okay. Bye-bye all.